buying it. Okay, so I just want to make this quick video real quick to get my impressions on the reveal of Halo Revolved. I just made that up. That's really good. Anyway, so obviously they're remaking Halo Combat Evolved, and I just wanted to give my impressions on the trailer. I already watched the trailer, so there's not really any kind of secret, but I want to watch the round table reveal. Now, this is where developers sit and talk to each other as if they don't know what they're working on, and they act like, you know, answer questions and stuff. It's I don't know, whatever. So, yeah, let's do this, and let's make sure that you can hear it. Wow, it's just okay. I like the music. Yeah, watch the trailer. This looks good. I mean, if they didn't make this look good. Campaign Evolved. So I guess
Halo
that
Campaign
makes
Evolved
sure that there's
is the
no
next
multiplayer.
project coming out of Halo Studios. It is the ultimate Halo CE campaign remake. It is coming to Xbox, PC, and for the first time, PlayStation. It'll be arriving next year. To talk more about it, we've got Dan, Max, and Greg from the development team. Guys, let's get into this. Why is this the right game for right now?
We did this work on Halo Anniversary. I felt like there were certain things that were left unsaid. There were certain things that we weren't able to achieve at that time. There were certain things we weren't able to do.
It's a great time to...
Okay, let's talk about that a second. Halo, the Anniversary Edition is terrible. It is absolutely, positively terrible. What they did to Halo should be a crime. They should... they did redeem themselves, I will say. Okay, so when the Halo, what am I trying to say? The Halo 2 Anniversary Edition came out. The same people did it. Saber Interactive did the Halo 2 Anniversary, and it is absolutely phenomenal. And it's probably an apology to what they massacred in the first one. Anyway, let's move on.
Revisit Combat Evolved for new players, for established Halo players, and maybe even for old friends playing on different hardware today, to allow them to play together and enjoy the franchise together again.
Going back to the Halo ring again for the first time.
For the first time is really important, and for them to be surprised by new content and feel like excited again about exploring the ring world.
For new players, this is the right time for you to jump in. Think of this as your introduction into this huge franchise we've been building for.
And that's the idea. They're going multi-plat with Halo, and they should. I mean, it's this is the future of gaming. This is the future of their brand, Xbox, and everything else. That's what they should be doing, in my opinion. I know some people will argue that. Some people exclusives matter in this. Okay, well, I guess they didn't make quite as many billions last year with exclusives, so. But it is exciting. I just don't know. I mean, what, almost 25 years later? 25. Well, when this releases next year, it'll be 25 years. 25 years, how is this going to hold up? How is Halo actually going to hold up? Take anybody off the street that has never played the first Halo, sit them in front of a TV, hand them a controller, and have them play Halo, and they'll be like, wow, this is so clunky and slow, and not realizing that a lot of the modern things that we have in first-person shooters right now, we owe to Halo.
The past 25 years.
I'm curious how you're going to focus on capturing the essence of the original, knowing that you need to evolve to kind of move the experience forward.
Yeah, from design, we don't take that lightly at all. Whenever we make a change, the number one thing
Really?
was to be
You've
true to the original
screwed
game.
that up
For
in
every
the
one of those
past.
topics that comes up, there's someone who is incredibly passionate on the other side saying we can, like, that is sacred. We do not move that crate.
It's really about looking across, what we've learned over the years, what technology we've built, and how we can tie that back into this experience.
So in this game, up to 4 people can play the campaign together, regardless of which platform they're on. And then
4-player co-op? Okay, that's cool.
we're
That's
kicking
pretty
it
cool.
old school. We can play 2-player co-op on consoles, on the couch together, just like we did back in the.
Okay, I have to admit, that's pretty cool, okay? Especially getting full screen, if that's what it is. It looks like that. I don't know who plays couch co-op anymore. I'm sure there's people that do it. I don't know what planet they're from, but I'm sure that happens. So good for them. Okay, plus.
Original. What do you have to do differently to account now for 4 people running around?
For different co-op counts, we will make some of the spaces larger. We also want to make sure we're authentic to the encounters themselves. So it's a balancing act between that.
Whoa, wait a minute. You're going to make some of the places bigger. Okay. I can only assume that they mean like hallways and pathways and stuff, maybe.
Difficulty tuning and making those encounters the right size for the right space.
I understand that we've done some special tune-up works to the beloved Warthog.
We have. There's a new seat, what I like to call the golf cart seat or the bumper seat. This is on the back of the Warthog, so now you can
of
bring
course.
everyone with.
Okay, so you can wait. Does somebody get in?
Let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite aspects
guess
of the
it-
Halo franchise.
I guess the thing comes down like a tailgate.
What is a skull? What's cool about it? What does it do?
The skull is a gameplay modifier, generally
Has this guy never played Halo? I'm kidding. I know. It just seems a little silly.
mean-spirited. It makes the game more challenging for the player.
The combination, the pairing of these different skulls and how that's going to create that new gameplay experience. Huge amount of replay options for folks.
I love the replayability that skulls bring to a campaign. It is almost endless variety.
We have dozens of skulls this time.
The most that we've ever had in a Halo game.
Are you a lasso guy? I think you yourself told me that you don't think anyone would ever.
Okay, so for those that don't know what lasso is, it stands for legendary, all skulls on. That means the skulls that you find that make it difficult, you turn all of them on and you play on legendary. It is insanely hard. And in Halo 2, it is near impossible. However, people have done it.
Be able to complete this game with legendary all skulls on.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot.
Oh,
And
he
so
did
if you can
explain
do a true legendary all skulls on run, let us know. Because I'd love to see it. I think, that'd be really hard.
If there's one thing that this community has shown us is do not underestimate them, and they will find a way. So Halo's always been known for its sandbox. How has this evolved?
We made sure that anything we included isn't going to drastically change the way the game plays.
One thing I noticed in the gameplay trailer, it looks like they kept the strength of the handgun, and that's important. That's very important. I don't know why. It was kind of OP, but I don't know. Those things, it shouldn't be changed, and it looks like they're not. So again, plus.
They changed the sandbox in a drastic way, but there's some really fun kind of additions, and that's across enemies, weapons, vehicles, things that in the original CE you weren't able to do before that you now can. You finally killed the elite with the sword. That weapon hits the floor, and you can pick that up and just kind of really take it to the.
Oh, okay. So they added the sword too. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Take it to the enemy.
The sound design. All these weapons, by the way,
that
have
helmet.
been painstakingly remodeled, rebuilt, higher fidelity. How do all these things kind of come to life?
That comes across through the way they look, the way they sound, the effects, the actual panels on the weapons themselves, the ammo counters.
With Unreal, the fully dynamic lighting within Lumen allows us to get those effects, right? That rich plasma lighting up and brightening the environments.
Now, in the original engine, the original game, I want to point out a couple of things. It did have dynamic lighting to a certain extent. It was kind of new-ish in 2001. Bump mapping was very popular, which gave textures a little bit of depth, and you didn't have to have those so many polygons, so it helped with frame rate as well. But yeah, shooting like the Covenant rifle, the beam down a hallway wouldn't light up everything. So adding that probably has depth. And plus, I have to say, this wall, see this right here, this wall, this like end. This is something that has bump mapping. This is a lot of things that, if you've watched my streams, I've pointed out in playing Halo Combat Evolved. A lot of that just isn't that noticeable until you shine your flashlight on it, and then that bump mapping, it's like the color and the texture just brightens up, and you can see all the little intricate little nuances to that texture, and then it actually has like a little bit of shadowing in there. And again, at the time, this was mind-blowing as far as graphics. It was just amazing, especially for a console.
Of course, one of the hallmark elements of Halo CE is what becomes kind of a three-way battle with the introduction of the Flood.
There was quite a bit of development between Halo CE and 3 to kind of how the Flood behaved and just how they interacted with the player. So we've pulled a lot of those Flood behaviors into this game.
And I would say this is a learning specifically from CE to Anniversary, which is just kind of that mood, the atmosphere, the tension, the horror, and really delivering on that from the way that we...
Okay, it's odd to me that they're talking about the Flood too, if they want this to be a Halo for new people. And the original marketing and everything that Bungie did in the beginning with the first game, they didn't mention the Flood. That was for dramatic effect. They didn't mention the Flood at all. And I'm a little bright. Turn it down a little bit. Because at a certain point in the game, well, they just show up, and you're like, it changes the game. Halfway through the game, you're playing a game and you got this down, and it's like, okay, I got this. This is great. What is this? What is this? Oh my God, what the hell is this? And then none of this is working. So you have to change up how you play the game. And that was genius at the time. And I kind of hate that they're talking about it. As Halo fans, yeah, we know all about the Flood. However, if you've got new people coming in, it would have been great for them to just not mention it. And
stage the encounters and the setup and how we reveal the Flood.
In Halo Legacy, there were some pure form units. We've pulled in a familiar friend, familiar fiend, if you will, to challenge the player.
Talk to me just a little bit about how we're approaching the narrative aspects to bring it up to the same level as the rest of this game.
We want to tell an authentic story, and we want to level up the cinematics from the source.
As we were building this out, we didn't just kind of put a new coat of paint over the original cinematics, right? We ended up revisiting exactly how they were blocked out, how they were sequenced, how they were put together, and we've done that across the board.
We have access to original source assets, original source code, and access to the original storyboards. We are remastering, remixing the music to go along with these cinematics.
We also had the core principal cast come in and re-record all the lines.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields?
This really provides a degree of fidelity that we weren't able to do for Halo Anniversary.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
I'm super excited that this game will include...
That's kind of odd that they would do that. I guess maybe because of fidelity reasons. And now that I think about it, probably the original voices for Combat Evolved were compressed, and rightly so, because back then you couldn't have a 120 gigabyte game. But maybe they brought them in to add to the prequel levels, and also maybe, I don't know, changing the content a little bit to fit something else, maybe.
3 brand new bonus missions.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit about that.
this.
It was really important that we preserve the original story as it is. So these missions specifically are meant to be a prequel, a setup for, the main course. These new missions are going to offer some new opportunities.
Okay. So there's Sergeant Johnson.
for character interactions, maybe between Chief and Johnson.
We've got some new mechanics, maybe some new AI
I got what the
behaviors, things
ladies
that haven't been
like.
done before in Halo CE.
I think we're just getting started.
I think we're just getting started. Yeah, okay, that
So
kind of
where are we right now at this
kind of
stage in
excites me
development?
a
What can
little
you
bit.
share with us?
In the past few weeks, we've been able to start engaging and sending builds out to some of our community members.
We can now see so many of the elements of the level really coming together.
Yeah, Jack Frags has a video where he plays, I guess I don't know if they've got all of the cartographer on here. I don't know. I'll have to go watch it, but I noticed that he did have a video where he's playing it. So they're putting it in hands, which is safe to do. I mean, this is not like it's a big secret or anything in it that, I don't know. None of this is a big secret. We knew this is what it was going to be. As soon as we saw the Unreal Engine, whatever. The question I have though is that where are you going to go with this? Like where are you going with this? And if they don't mention this in this little documentary or whatever, they need to be open about it. Is this a reboot of Halo? Is this a complete reboot? Or is this just a refresh? Just a, hey, this is what Combat Evolved would look like today. And in that case, that's feels like kind of a waste of time.
There's a point in every game's life cycle where it kind of just comes online.
Seeing really high fidelity versions of the cinematics, elements of the sandbox and encounter tweaks and the lighting.
You go to someone's desk and give feedback live on an experience, and to me that's like a really exciting time in game development.
The ultimate love letter
Sprinting.
to the game that started it all.
He was sprinting.
I would call upon
Everybody
our
calm
entire
down.
Halo
They're
community
sprinting.
to welcome with open arms this next generation of players. I'm excited to just relive these experiences again for the first time.
Okay, so there it is. Steam, PS5. Okay. I'll let it play out. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's one more thing. No, there's not one more thing. Okay, so that's the round table reveal. It's curated. It's scripted. This is what they are talking about. And it's fine. It's fine, right? I think it's fine. I'm like I said, I'm just concerned about what exactly are they doing with Halo? I mean, did I miss it? Did they say this is a reboot? We're going to take it from here and go in this direction with it?
I felt like there were certain things that were left unsaid. There were certain things that we weren't able to achieve at that time. There were certain things we weren't able to do.
It's a great time to revisit Combat Evolved for new players, for established Halo players, and maybe even for old friends playing on different hardware today.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get that. I mean, that makes sense. I thought I'd go back and listen to that again. I don't know. There you have it. Go watch the reveal trailer and get your impressions on what they're doing with Halo right now. I was hoping that this was not the only reveal that they were going to have. Not mentioning anything about, or at least they didn't in this, about Halo Infinite, where it's going, where that storyline is gone. I'm assuming that since all of the writers that wrote that storyline and that story arc are all gone, that they're just concentrating on this. And they can do that without writers. It's already been written. And if they want to remake 2 the same way in Unreal, then sure, go ahead. It's already been written. It's already there. And then, hey, just go ahead and do 3. I mean, if you just want to keep rolling out remakes like Sony does, then do it. I'm sure they'll probably sell. But I don't know. I'm just not really that excited. I mean, it was cool to hear Stephen Downes say, I think we're just getting started. But I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think below. And we'll definitely be talking about this on the next episode of Graybeard Gaming Podcast. See you then.